Hmm.
There are two schools. One is the anthropology school, one is the sociology school.
Hmm.
And basically, for me, sociology is anthropology plus humbug, because you base it off anthropology and then you add all kinds of nonsensical bullshit on top of it. So I have very little respect for sociology in that sense as much as I have for anthropology. Now, you look at it anthropologically, the fundamental things these people forget are that they are trying to impose first world standards on a third world country. And this is where the right ends up being such gandus and shooting themselves in the foot, because they keep saying, वो क्या था, सक्षम भारत समथिंग भारत,
I
क्या,
don't know. Saksham
and
Bharat matlab?
$5 trillion इकोनॉमी, हम डेवलप कंट्री होने वाले हैं, वी आर ऑलरेडी इमर्ज. एक गोरा टट्टू आके बोलता है, दे से इंडिया इज एन इमर्जिंग कंट्री, आई थिंक यू आर ऑलरेडी इमर्ज. हाँ, हम इमर्ज हो गए, हम फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड हो गए, फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड हो गए हैं. गांडो साले मादर चो. एनीवे, सो इसमें क्या होता है कि ये लोग, दे डोंट अंडरस्टैंड what is the definition of a first world country.
Hmm.
It isn't just money. Okay, it's a whole load of things. It is that you have gotten industrialized. Till the 70s, it was actually manufacturing. After the 70s, it became services, where services contributes about 70% of your economy. Uh, Agriculture is lesser. Very high standard of human development, but most importantly, there is the state monopoly on violence. You can't just go around rioting and shit like that.
Right.
The law will always punish you. There is very good policing, and the only person realistically capable of carrying out violence out there is A, the state, and B, any kind of terrorist organization.
Yeah.
ये लोग इधर समझते नहीं है. We are a pre-industrial economy. We never industrialized. We were the worst of both capitalist and socialist in that we adopt socialism, but our socialism was so third rate and shitty, it couldn't even industrialize us. कम से कम स्टालिन ने रशिया को इंडस्ट्रियलाइज तो किया ना. कम से कम माओ से तुमने चाइना को तो इंडस्ट्रियलाइज किया ना. Whatever you think about Vietnam's leadership or North Korea's leadership for that matter, they industrialized those countries. People forget that till 1979, South Korea was the failure, North Korea was the success story. North Korea had the second highest per capita income in Asia after Japan till 1979. Okay, today North Korea is a deindustrialized state. Okay, they industrialized. They are a post-industrial state. They are not an agrarian state. Though they have become agrarian, they are a post-industrial agrarian state. These are simple things these people don't get. India never achieved industrialization. India never achieved urbanization, therefore. And urbanization tends to break up all these caste lines and things like that. The best solution caste is urbanization in that sense, because it becomes impossible to retain caste structures and justify them in an urban environment. Right? So on and so forth. आज क्या होता है, because all our BPOs and things are big, we've got the same ratio of industrialization to services, which is about, say, 20-30% industry and about 50-60-70% services. We think we're a first world country, which we're not. Because remember, in Germany, when you're talking about the 20-30% of the economy, each person's value add there is about 50-60,000 euros. In India, the value add of those industries is about 500-600 euros at best. Right? So just because you've got the percentages right, then you have these idiots who talk about leapfrogging. You're going to leapfrog into the information age. ऐसे बहुत सारे हिपोपोटामस राइनोसरस मंत्रीगण भी हैं जो बोलते हैं हम leapfrog करेंगे. You can't leapfrog. See, what happens is, after 200-300 years of the monopoly of violence that a state has, people naturally do not go around doing honor killings, because they know there are consequences. They've been born after 3-4 generations. They realize they can't just take a pitchfork and go kill the witch. They realize उसने मेरे बहन के साथ सोया है, मैं गन लेके उसको उड़ा नहीं सकता हूँ.
Hmm.
Okay. This takes time. They don't get that. So what happens is, that is why a Western society can now say that we are going to decentralize. People can come out and have protests, people can do this, people can do that. You can't have in a pre-industrial state, because the moment you say you can protest, it results in rioting.
Hmm.
Everybody wants to say Shaheen Bagh peaceful tha, but remember, Shaheen Bagh was the peaceful afterthought of a riot that started off in Selampur and that Jamia Millia ka wo jo police hamla hua tha and all of that. Which after they got beaten, after they got tear gas, they then pretended to be peaceful and came and started sitting down in Shaheen Bagh. And once they realized that kuch nahi hone wala hai, it morphed again into the Delhi riots.
Hmm.
Okay, so these people just don't get anthropology. And I find that very, very problematic. Aaj, if you say that, we need to be like Europe, they need to be individual rights and la-di-da-di-da, you're going to have a million riots all over the bloody place. Even in the West, wokeism, today what you're seeing in the name of woke and cancel culture is basically the verbal and social equivalent of a medieval European pogrom.
Hmm.
You're not targeting the Jew. It's not blood libel saying Jew ne mera beta kha liya, uska khoon pee liya. You're targeting a whole different set of people, heretics, whatever, who are not going with the church orthodoxy. You're still attacking them. So, what we're realizing even in the West is, the West might have made a mistake in adopting these information age paradigms of individual liberty, because manufacturing requires a strong state. The information age requires the state to take a back seat and allow people to take the front seat.
Right.
But you can't get into manufacturing without a strong state. So people saying that the state needs to take a back seat, mind you, it's both the right and the left saying this. The left says this because they take cut and paste foreign this thing. The right say this because they think we're already a first world country and therefore we should adopt these norms.
Yeah.
You still haven't had a strong state. You still have to achieve a strong state first. And then we are now realizing, thanks to the West, that, this people first approach that is happening there, this woke culture and cancel culture and pronouns and blah, blah bullshit, we're actually going back to the medieval period, because their speech controls today in the West are as bad as they were in, say, the early 1800s.
Damn.
Where you've actually gone back 100 years in